Hello, Rama Pupod. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with the next story. He is very muscular and he is clearly in a healthy condition. The only covering he wears is a loin cloth. His face photographs itself immediately in my memory as the face of a man who smiles in triumph over life, a man who has conquered the frailties which we, feebler mortals that we are, harbor willingly or unwillingly. The mouth is slightly stretched, as though about to break into a smile. The nose is short and straight, almost Grecian in type. The eyes are wide open. They stare straight ahead in a fixed and unblinkable gaze. The man sits like a carved rock and never moves. My informant, as earlier, told me that the silent sage is without doubt deeply immersed in an entranced communion wherein the human part of his nature is presumed to be sunk into temporary abeyance and that he is quite unaware of his physical surroundings. I watch the sage steadily, but I can find no room for doubt that he is in a cataleptic trance. The minutes add up into hours, but he remains motionless. What impresses me most is that throughout that time he never blinks his eyes. I have never before met any human being who could sit down and look steadily ahead for 2 hours without the flicker of an eyelid. Little by little, I am compelled to conclude that if the recluse's eyes are still open, they are nevertheless quite unseeing. If his mind is awake, it is not to this sublunary world. The bodily faculties seem to have gone to sleep. Occasionally, a teardrop falls from his eyes. It is clear that the fixation of the eyelids prevents them carrying out their usual office on behalf of the tear ducts. A green lizard descends from the roof, creeps across the carpet, crawls over one of the sage's legs, and then passes behind the marble dais. Yet, had it crawled over a stone wall, it would not have found a steadier surface than that leg. From time to time, flies settle upon his face and journey over his swarthy skin, but no muscular response can be observed. Had they alighted upon the face of a bronze statue, precisely the same effect might be observed. I studied the figure's breathing. It is extremely gentle, almost imperceptible, quite inaudible, but quite regular. It is the only sign he provides that life has not parted from the body. While we are waiting, I decide to use the time to take a photograph or two of this impressive figure. I slip my folding camera out of its leather case and focus the lens upon him from my seat on the floor. The lighting of the room is not good, therefore, I give a couple of time exposures. I look at my watch. 2 hours have passed. The yogi still shows no signs of emerging from his long trance. The sculptural rigidity of his form is remarkable. I am prepared to stay all day in order to achieve my object to interview this strange man. But the attendant now comes up to us and whispers that it is useless to wait any longer. Nothing will be gained by doing so. If we will come again in a day or two, better fortune might be ours. Nevertheless, he cannot promise anything definitely. We leave the place, temporarily defeated as we are, and turn our steps toward the city. My interest has not waned. On the contrary, it has heightened. During the next 2 days, I endeavor to collect some information relative to the sage who never speaks. This endeavor involves a scattered and discursive investigation. Let's continue the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Podu.